Hey, good afternoon, guys. Today is Sunday, 18th day of December, 2016. We're going to have a webinar at 6 p.m. Eastern today. Sunday night, Globex Open. Now, a lot can happen on a Sunday night, especially when there have been closed-door meetings about what's going to happen on Monday. Are the Democrats going to accept the vote? Are the OPEC and non-OPEC nations going to stand behind their agreement? Is the brutal sell-off in gold going to continue to 1100? Or is it going to find a bottom and turn around? How much further can the Chinese devalue the yuan? I mean, we didn't get a big reaction to the Fed announcement this past Wednesday. We got a 0.25% increase that was baked into the cake. I'd gone out on a limb and said, you know, maybe for the first time in a decade we'll actually get a surprise from the Fed and she'll go a 0.5 point to show that she really has, you know, faith in the economy. But we got the 0.25 point and it barely moved the needle. Okay? Will any of the things that have transpired over the weekend, any of today's talking head news shows, you know, the whole Saturday roundup, or Sunday roundup, I should say, Sunday morning, all the big news shows that everybody watches. Now, remember, for most investors and traders, the stock market doesn't open, or I should say the markets don't open until 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. But as futures traders, which is completely different from options trading, people get them confused, completely different. As futures traders, we know that the markets open strong sometimes, and sometimes with a whimper, at 6 p.m. Sunday night. That begins the Monday session. 90% of traders, again, the Monday trading session does not start until Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. And so that's why we see the markets go, you know, like that at the open, because there's all this pent-up demand from people who weren't able to place trades over the weekend. Now, what happens on the Sunday night Globex Open can often determine how volatile the opening will be on Monday morning. However, for those of us who are a part of the CFRN community, we get our points, or our goal for the day, Monday. We very often get that job done on Sunday night. So we're not forced to participate in the chaos that is Monday morning, in particular the Wall Street Monday morning open. Okay? So today at 6 p.m., the webinar that we're going to have, 6 p.m. Eastern, I called it, do you have what it takes to become an Emini trader? The bottom line, not everybody was knit together in their mother's womb to become a baseball player, an auto mechanic, a baker, a candlestick maker, or a trader. To be a trader, yes, you need to have a certain amount of knowledge. You do have to have some tools to work with, okay? But there's a psychology to trading. There's an emotional side to trading. You have to learn to separate yourself from your emotions. That's important. And a lot of people have a very difficult time learning to do that. We have years of experience helping people separate their job from their emotions. That's what trading is. It's a job. It's a business. It's a business that you own. A lot of people don't know they're supposed to look at it that way, but that's something that we're very careful to teach you early on when you enter our mentoring program. You're opening your own business. Now, it's attractive in that there's a low barrier to entry. $2,500, $3,000 for a good education, although some people will charge you $5,000 or $10,000 for, an education that is somewhat short-lived, and there's not a lot of aftercare. Okay, our mentoring program, by comparison, I think is quite inexpensive, but it is very complete in that we do train you 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for 3 months. We also train you every Thursday night for 2 hours from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. If that weren't enough, you have access to unlimited one-on-one mentoring as often as you need it. All you have to do is go on our website, go to the mentoring page, find a day and a time that's convenient for you, and book a session. I meet you there, just the two of us. We spend 45 minutes. I don't do more than 45 minutes at a time because the human mind can only absorb and retain so much at one time. Now, if you, in the beginning, need to do a couple days a week, not a problem. Eventually, that'll fall off to 1 day a week, and then pretty soon it'll be 1 day every 2 weeks. But just know that anytime you have a rough day, anytime you need somebody to talk to, you feel yourself emotionally at your wit's end, there's somebody on the other end of the phone. There's somebody that you can talk to. Even if you don't have a mentoring session booked, you can send out an emergency, a mayday signal to support at CFRN.net. Oh man, I need help. There were no sessions available today. I can't get to you until Thursday because of your schedule and my schedule, but can we talk for 5 minutes? I just need to hear your voice. I just need you to tell me it's going to be okay. You won't find that everywhere. Does it take an awful lot on mine and Michael's part to be able to provide that service? It does. This is why I want to make sure that you have what it takes to actually become a trader. I mean, why put hours upon hours upon hours into you, not only group-wise, but individual-wise, ways, whatever, if you're going to just, at some point just throw in the towel? You know what? I can't take it anymore. I've lost $1,000. Well, trading's definitely not for you, okay? If you can't handle getting stopped out. And that's where many people, they're on that endless hunt. There has to be a way that if something lines up with something else and something else circles the other thing, then by golly, I can take that trade and I will get my goal for the day and I won't have to get stopped out, and I can print up some business cards that say Joe Blow, professional trader, and I can go live the good life. Well, I mean, part of that's kind of true, but most of it is just that line that so many traders are sold. That's why 90% of traders fail. They get their head filled with unrealistic expectations, and then 2 weeks in, when everything is not coming up roses, they throw in the towel. If I'm going to invest 90 days of my life in you, okay, I want to know that you're going to invest not only the cost of your tuition, but that you're going to invest the time, the energy, the focus, and the determination to become one of our successful students, an official CFRN partner. So today's webinar is going to be short because, as you know, on Sunday afternoons I try to get the concierge trade alerts out by 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Obviously, it's going to be a little later tonight. It'll be about 7 p.m. Eastern. Why? Well, because we're going to spend a good 30 minutes in this webinar, and then I have to finish up the work to get the alerts out to everyone who is a client or everyone who is on a free trial. If you want to take the free trial, you can go to apply.cfrn.net. If you want to come to the webinar today, go to emini.cfrn.net. It's got the link there. It'll be either next to or underneath. Depends upon your screen resolution. There's a baseball player, and either beside him or underneath him, it's got the link for tonight's webinar. You need to register, and then an hour before the webinar, you'll get an email. If you register as the webinar is kicking off, or once it's already started, then you'll get dropped into a live Webby. But here's the deal. I'm only going to spend about 20 minutes, 30. I mean, tonight is not about teaching. Tonight is not about training. It's about helping you figure out if you have what it takes, okay? I'll answer your questions. You can say, well, what do I need? I don't know. I don't know if I have what it takes or not. And I'll tell you. In fact, I just told you. But I'll tell you again. And I'll answer your questions one-on-one. So I hope you can make it tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern. And then, after the webinar, you go and you get signed up for this week's free trial. And when I say free, it's 100% free. No credit card required, no gotcha, no nothing. Okay? You come, you hang out for 5 days, you watch, you listen, you take notes, you ask questions. If you need a platform, you can download a demo platform. Of course, you'll be able to use our indicator set for the entire week. And then when the week is over, you'll be able to make a well-informed decision as to whether or not what we do is right for you. I don't know of any way of doing it that could be more fair. Okay? So, for those of you who are concierge trade alert clients, just know that your alerts won't come tonight until 7, possibly 7:30 p.m. Eastern. The webinar will start sharply at 6, okay? So be there. I'll be there. We'll get your questions answered. I'll make sure you know how to sign up for the free trial this coming week. You'll want to get the platform downloaded tonight if you don't already have it. You'll want to get your indicators up and running, all of that stuff. Now, there's a ton of information at emini.cfrn.net. There's videos, there's webinars, there's seminars, there's every radio show for the last 2-3 years, audio and video. I mean, there's more that you can consume. So just come to the webinar today, ask questions. I'll see you tonight, and then hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow morning. All right? Either way, have a great Sunday.